Our planet is a master architect. No blueprints, no construction tools, no machines. Only time, creativity, and the power of nature. Today we will travel to 10 places where the Earth seems to have built its own monuments, wonders so astonishing that it's hard to believe they weren't designed by human hands. Are you ready to activate your infinite curiosity? Then let's begin. Living root bridges, India. Deep in Meghalaya, one of the rainiest places on the planet, nature and community work together as a single architect. The inhabitants of the Khasi and Zhangjiajie villages don't build bridges, they grow them. By carefully guiding the roots of the Ficus elastica tree, they create living structures that take decades to grow, but can last for more than 500 years. The most amazing thing is that these bridges never deteriorate because the roots continue to draw nourishment from the soil and become stronger over time. Some are even 2 levels high, like authentic natural suspension bridges. Modern engineers study these wonders to learn how to create self-sustaining and sustainable structures. A true lesson: the future can be built by imitating the wisdom of the past. 2. Great Barrier Reef, Australia. If the Earth were to design a perfect city, it would look like the Great Barrier Reef. Billions of tiny corals, as small as a grain of rice, come together to form a giant stretching 2,300 kilometers long. It is home to sharks, turtles, giant manta rays, and fish of every imaginable color. Every cave and every coral arch is like an apartment within an underwater skyscraper teeming with life. But this great construction is in danger. The warming of the oceans causes coral bleaching, leaving its structures without color or life. The irony is that the planet's greatest architect may lose its most monumental creation because of us. And we still have time to protect it. If you've ever wondered what it would be like to explore another planet, there's no need to leave Earth. Hidden beneath a jungle in Vietnam, until just 3 decades ago, lies the largest known cave in the world. Its chambers are so immense that clouds form inside them. Yes, real clouds. It has its own ecosystem, its own forest, and even animal species that exist nowhere else. The stalactites can exceed 70 meters in height. Explorers say that upon entering, all sense of scale is lost. It feels like being in a buried city, built by nature in silence over millions of years. For Giant's Causeway, Northern Ireland. At first glance, it looks like an ancient pier built from perfect blocks. But no one built it. Legend says that a giant needed a path to reach Scotland, so he raised a causeway. But science tells us another story, just as astonishing. 60 million years ago, massive lava flows cooled rapidly, forming 40,000 basalt columns so precisely aligned. They look like the work of an obsessive mathematician. The cracks created almost perfect hexagons, as if the planet itself had been playing with geometry. Magic? Extreme mathematics? The Giant's Causeway is all 3 at once. 5. Marble Caves, Chile. Water, too, knows how to sculpt architecture. In General Carrera Lake, the current has carved, over 6,000 years, a network of passages where the walls reflect white, blue, and silver tones as if they were polished marble. When sunlight enters at the perfect angle, the turquoise waters paint the interior with impossible colors. What's most fascinating is that this natural temple is never the same. Erosion continues its work, slowly chiseling every curve. The architect is the river, and its masterpiece is still unfinished. 6. Antelope Canyon, Causeway. Sandstone shouldn't be soft, and yet here it feels like silk. Sudden storms and violent floods have sculpted over thousands of years. walls that look like petrified waves. Each ray of light that enters through the crack above creates a new scene, shifting shadows, changing colors, figures that appear and disappear. Antelope Canyon is a sculpture in constant transformation, a place that proves that beauty is a matter of how light touches stone. 7. Mount Roraima, Venezuela/Brazil/Guyana. If there were a fortress for ancient gods, it would probably look like this. Mount Roraima rises like a perfect wall toward the sky. Its summit is a world apart. Carnivorous plants, rocks sculpted by rain, crystal-clear lagoons. For the indigenous peoples, it is a sacred place, the home of the Creator God. Science tells us that this formation is more than 2 billion years old. In other words, it was already ancient when complex life first appeared, a reminder that the Earth also preserves its own architectural fossils. Fingal, Scotland. On the island of Staffa, the sea enters a cavern, where sound echoes as if inside a temple. The acoustics are so perfect that the ancients believed they were hearing the voice of a god hidden among the rocks. The basalt columns align like giant organ pipes, formed by lava that cooled with such precision. It seems like the work of engineers. Here, nature didn't just design the structure, it designed the sound as well. 9. Uyuni, Bolivia. The place where the earth becomes a mirror of the sky. In the dry season, it is a gigantic white slab, made of crystalline salt with perfect geometric patterns. But when it rains, the ground is covered with a thin layer of water, and the horizon disappears. NASA uses it to calibrate satellites because of its almost absolute flatness. It is so unreal that it feels like a gateway to infinity. 10. Zhangjiajie, China. Stone pillars rise from the void, so slender they defy gravity. Erosion performed a millennia-long surgery, separating mountains into thousands of independent columns. On each one, trees cling tightly, as if nothing could stop them. Their appearance inspired James Cameron to imagine the floating mountains of Avatar. And when you see them, it's easy to think that Pandora exists, and that it's in China. Nature doesn't need blueprints, nor architects. Its creations are built with time, patience, and infinite imagination. Which of these wonders surprised you the most? Leave it in the comments and give me ideas for part 2 of this journey. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to keep exploring the mysteries of the planet with infinite curiosity. See you on the next adventure.